Hello and welcome back to Sparky's Tech Corner. Now, if you seen the video I had last week talking about Nijisanji, you'll know that they struck a YouTuber by name khyo. He does VTuber drama related news. Basically, just keeps up with everything from different VTubers, VTuber agencies, and stuff like that. Well, you know that they filed over 20 copyright strikes and 4 DMCA strikes towards him. He's in the middle of fighting those appeals right now. I hear some of them's been rejected, so I don't know how that front's going. I know he's been fighting kind of an uphill battle with them. However, we got some more news with that. Nijisanji decided to strike a VTuber by the name of False ID. Now, False ID is really influential within the VTuber community. He is a VTuber himself. He does the exact same thing as khyo does. I don't ask me which one did it first. They both kind of have the same style, same tendencies, and stuff like that. He has 2 DMCAs. They filed 2 strikes against his channel. At this point, I don't know if any more is coming. He's bracing for the worst. He's already got counter notifications set up. And yeah, it's just continuing on. Now, the complaint that they're using is that these 2 VTubers are using likenesses of Nijisanji's talents or their VTuber models in their thumbnails or within the description of the video. Now, I'm going to showcase some stuff here in just a minute, but I want to talk about this a little bit because I see a lot of humbug on Twitter about this, a lot of people talking about it, and a lot of people just don't understand how copyright works, how DMCA works, and how YouTube implements it, and the legalities behind a lot of this stuff. So, before I continue on, I am going to ask, help me out, help get this video out. You know, hit the like button, subscribe to the video, share this out, tag Nijisanji in it. This video, I know it's not their fault, I know it's not the talent's fault, but this is one of those. I want to make sure everyone knows about it, and this is a complete utter disregard to fair use and abuse of the DMCA system. I'm tagging all the talents in this Nijisanji this. Now, again, I want to say none of them have anything to do with this. It's the company themselves that do, but I do feel like that they do kind of carry a burden of streamlining this to the company and go, hey, you know, you're kind of making us look bad here. So if I got to do that, fine, I'll do it. Again, not the talent's fault, all Nijisanji's fault. Now, with that being said, we got 2 different countries at play here. We got the United States and we got Japan. Along with that, we got 3 different entities. We got the VTubers, which will be khyo and False ID and khyo. If I'm mispronouncing your name, I'm sorry. It's hard for me to kind of pronounce it. Notice the lisp. I'm sorry. I don't mean any offense by it. But we got the 2 VTubers in question here, khyo and False ID, and whoever else that they might end up striking. We have YouTube and we have Nijisanji. Now, here's one of the key critical things that everyone's got to look at this and take this into account. Both of these VTubers live in the United States. They are underneath the United States law. YouTube is a platform that is based in California in the United States. They are under United States law. Now, that means they are subject to DMCA copyright of United States. We must follow our copyright fair use standards whenever we utilize content like this from other companies, other platforms, stuff like that. As long as it's transformative in nature and one of the main elements of either criticism, education, making it into something new, parody, anything like that. As long as we creators follow those standards, it is technically fair use. Now I know a lot of people's gotta go, oh, well that's a defense. That's fine. But there's also case precedents already put in place that basically states that we can do this. As long as we follow these rules, we can do this. Now, somebody wants to push the boundaries and see how far they can go with it, go right ahead. I am one of those people. I would be more than glad to do that. I've already done it once before with a company called Chemisos GmbH in Germany, and I won that one because their asses wanted to show up to court. But we got to follow the United States law. Now, do we have to follow Japanese law? Hell no, we don't. We are not bound to Japan. We are not governed by any Japanese laws. We do not have to comply to Japan. Anyone thinking that, get that out of your fucking head right now, because this is the way it goes. The VTubers in question that are using the content live in the United States. The platform in question that the damages that they're claiming that, these people are doing is in the United States. So Japan has to come to the United States in order to fight those claims. We don't have to go over there. YouTube does not have to go over there. They have to come over here. And they have to follow by our standards. Now, I know what a lot of people also got to say too, but Sparky, YouTube says that they got to comply to the laws. No, they do not have to comply to the laws. They will choose to follow those laws, but to a point. Totally not Mark got hit by Toyo Animation. Basically got his whole entire channel demonetized and copyright claimed by Toyo Animation. A lot of stuff he did on his channel, actually every bit of the stuff he did on his channel, was fair use. YouTube stepped in and basically just blocked his channel from Japan. They didn't side with Japan. They just, well, if you have that big of an issue with it, we'll just make sure you can't see it. So, in a day, it still follows the suit that Japan has no authority over here. They must follow our laws. They may not like the fact that we have a better copyright system that they do. They may not like the fact that we have fair use. They just got to get over it. That's how it goes. Now, there's another aspect of this whole deal too I want to go into. Nijisanji has guidelines on their website. What you can and cannot do with their talents and redistributing content. They say that you can do this only with these guidelines. Shove your guidelines up the ass, Nijisanji. We do not have to follow those guidelines. One, none of these VTubers, me or anyone else, are not under your company. We do not work for you. We do not have to go by your guidelines. Your guidelines, the only stringent point that your guidelines would have is for anyone who works under you or works with you. Anyone on the outside that has, your guidelines mean absolute fucking shit, just as much as Japanese law does. Two, we don't have to have your permission to utilize any of your stuff in a fair use fashion. As long as it's not being stolen or plagiarized or anything like that, as long as it's being used within a transformative value, it's fine. You have no rights. You're abusing the DMCA system. Now, with that, utilizing the avatar and a thumbnail, yeah, it may not be very well transformative, but the thumbnail is in the article being highly critical of you. Maybe highly critical of that YouTuber, or explaining the news, or explaining something that's going on to the public. You may not like it. That is fair use. That is transformative. And for anyone out there, I've got blasted by a bunch of people on Twitter saying, oh, well, their guidelines. Fuck their guidelines. Fuck Japanese law. We don't have to abide by it. I don't know what's so hard about that. Aquila Hughes versus Sargon of Cod. Sargon had to come to the United States. He lives in the UK. So, end of the day, I mean, I don't know what else to say to this. Now, with that, I did say I'm going to showcase some stuff. And here's what I want to showcase. Basically, Nijisanji's site. Pretty straightforward site, stuff like that. You know, you got the talents page. Oh, I'm showcasing the talents page, which is everything that they link back to whenever they sent the copyright strikes to to khyo and false ID. This is they basically use the yeah, they basically use the link for this, and that's what they use. Oh my god, they're abusing our copyright, which is fair use and all that good stuff. And if you go down here to the bottom, they got the little guidelines. And like I said, it doesn't matter if the company has their own guidelines or not. Those guidelines are for people who walk within the company or walk with the company. Creators outside of YouTube, or in YouTube, outside of Nijisanji, this has nothing to do with us. They might think, or they may want it to have something to do with people outside that would use the content. What they gotta understand is that's not how this works. Contracts, EULAs, anything like that that products have, damn near about all of those terms are not legal under law. Now, if they had a contract and we signed the contract, then it's somewhat legal then, because of some fact that we agreed to those terms. Here's the thing: no one's agreed to these terms. False ID hasn't. Kira hasn't. I haven't. So I mean, it means absolute nothing. I mean, toilet paper has more value to anyone outside of Nijisanji than what this does. I mean, it's utterly, it's totally 100% utterly worthless. So I know people's been sharing this around of, oh well, they have, no, they don't, because their guidelines have to fall underneath category of following the law. They cannot go above the law. They may be following Japan's law or somewhat of it. I don't know that for sure, but I know for a fact this does not follow United States law. And like I said, the creators are being struck. YouTube, everyone is happening over here in the United States. We do not have to listen to Japan. This is how it goes. So that, please let me know what you think of the video. I hate the fact that Nijisanji's doing this, but hey, the dog shit VTuber agencies are dog shit to, I mean, through and through. Like Vasojo DMCA, or not, yeah, DMCA, somebody on YouTube for being critical of fruit and stuff like that, or not taking care of their own IPs, allowing someone to take the IP and falsify themselves as actual Vasojo and send emails out to people and get information because those people wanted to audition for Vasojo, and they did, and they ended up getting doxxed and getting harassed information, and Vasojo just turned around and yeah, it's like, oh, that didn't happen, when it absolutely fucking did. And then all the creators in Vasojo basically turning on Nux. Yeah, we don't want that situation again. Nijisanji, pull your head out of your ass. Stop this. Again, like I said, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'll see you when there's any more updates on this. It just needs to stop. Quit abusing the DMCA system. Anyone who abuses it, any company abuses it, needs to be removed from the platform. Shouldn't be able to use YouTube. Hot take. Same take as someone on Gamer. So, not that hard to take. Later, everyone.